A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, when we stop staring at Lake Michigan in the background, what should we be focusing on?
Well, somehow you're going to have to thread a long iron in between those bunkers right and Lake Michigan.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. And getting ready for the putt. Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie now in second.
Frank, how's the ninth hole here at Whistling Straits?
Not exactly the easiest way to finish the line, that's for sure. Slight bend to the right. Ideally, you want to hit it down that left side. Otherwise, you might be blocked out with that second shot.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green.
Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Strong approach shot here at the ninth, and a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, what a turn of events here.
You're absolutely right, Rich. This round started off completely on the wrong foot, but he's managed to somehow keep his composure and turn this round completely in the other direction.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, safety off the tee. Now what happens on this second shot?
This green, Rich, is just elevated a little bit, so you can't just sort of grab a wedge and just hit away willy-nilly. You've got to be careful here that you must flight that shot in properly to make it land softly on this green. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Par 5 11th, and Frank, just a few bunkers here on this hole.
A few. I've lost count of how many bunkers there are on 11. Ideally, you want to hit it down the left side, and this really where you take the head cover off, a good long one, because 645, doesn't matter whichever way you cut it, it's going to be a few good hits plus some more.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
You're just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
Fourth shot, wants to get this close. So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. These putts keep the round together. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Getting set now over the putt. Frank, at this stage of the championship, you cannot afford bogeys.
That's right. Now there's an even bigger gap between where they stand and the top of the leaderboard.
Frank, the short par 3 12th, what are you looking to do?
Well, you think it's a snack. Green straight in front of you, points a little bit to the right, but Just getting it and keeping it on the green, it takes some doing. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Early part of this second nine and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. 15 feet away. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. Putt for par. Needs one. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. There you have it, Frank. First round is complete. What are your thoughts, partner?
Rich, I think anyone inside the current top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly well placed to go on and take this championship.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present second round coverage of the PGA Championship. We're here at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin for the PGA Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the championship action. Frank, what's in store for our golfers today under these major championship conditions?
It's a Pete Dye special, Rich. Bunkers, I've lost count of the number of bunkers at Whistling Straits, but already it's been the host of several PGA championships, so it's a test for the great players of the world. But really, you've got to tip your cap to the designer. He'll tell you that building Whistling Straits was a, quote, once-in-a-lifetime thing. To see Lake Michigan around the golf course, it looks just like it's not real. It looks like you're playing on the moon sometimes. It's an amazing venue.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Has his par. Now the fifth hole, and Frank, what a par 5.
Well, strategic par 5. It's almost the shape of an S. That's why it's called snake. The best and most conservative way to play this hole is just simply play it as a 3-shotter. Tee shot down the left, second shot up there, and then just take the wedge in.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Now the second shot to the par 5. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So a tester from 4 feet. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Set to go now at the 6th. It's a pretty short par 4.
Yeah, slight dogleg to the right, but you can play it straight away. There's a series of bunkers down that left side, and they really choke the fairway at about 320 yards.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie try again here today. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Did the job right there. Frank, there's a good reason they call this 7th hole shipwreck. It's 221 yards long, and there is plenty of trouble to the right.
Yeah, water, rocks, bunkers, all sorts of things. But really, when you look at the hole another way, it shapes up for a left to right shot.
Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in. Frank, when we stop staring at Lake Michigan in the background, what should we be focusing on this shot?
Well, somehow you've got to thread a long iron in between the bunkers on the left and the bunkers on the right onto a very, very narrow green.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
He'll need to be strong with this.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. And getting ready for the putt.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. Frank, what about this downhill shot off the tee and the idea that you just want to sort of let that ball run toward the green down the hill?
Well, Pete Dye just gives you so many different looks throughout the front nine of Whistling Straits, and this really is the first example of this, plus the swirling winds that are created by that sort of tree in the mounding on the right of this green. Quite spectacular. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
So that is a top 10 performance through 2 rounds, Frank.
It's always nice to know that you have a shot with 2 rounds left in the tournament.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present third round coverage of the PGA Championship. Here it is once again, Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. The best golfers from around the world have gathered to compete for the Wanamaker Trophy at the PGA Championship, and it sets up to be another great major. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And Frank, tell us a little bit about Whistling Straits.
It's a Pete Dye special, Rich, and the golf course borders Lake Michigan, so you have these wonderful vistas should you choose to look at that. But the course itself, is almost like a links course, the way the holes roll around in amongst these sand dunes or bunkers. I've lost count of the number of bunkers. There are, I think, close to about 1,000 bunkers out there. But the holes themselves are a genuine test. And it will reward a lengthy player. We've seen that in the past champions there. But it's just a great test from the first hole to the 18th.
Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this is a huge par 5. How reachable is it?
Well, probably chances of getting home there, you're going to need something around the 340-yard mark off the tee. If you've done that, well, one thing to be aware of is that huge bunker, that huge deep bunker short left of this green.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Bit surprising. Misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
Solid play, heart of the green. For the par. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
And he makes it for a bogey here. Out of the 12th, short little par 3.
Yeah, just a short iron in hand. You'd like to think it's a birdie opportunity. One of the biggest problems here, though, is putting. This green, anything other than flat. this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Settles in over the putt. Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
On to the 13th, and this par 4, Frank, they lovingly call cliffhanger. How do you deal with these 402 yards, Frank?
Really, you got to pick a spot down the left side. Even where the rough isn't really such a bad line. Keep it down there, let everything kick to the right, but you have to avoid missing right here.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good looking shot right here.
Well, Rich, if there's something to be taken out of this tournament, then it's that right there. Eagle. They've been hard to come by.
Maybe you can build on that. Frank, any major championship gives you a good mix of holes. We've had some long ones, and now this one just under 400 yards.
But it will punish you if you're offline. There's trouble left and the mounds and the bunkers on the right. So ideally, it's a positional tee shot.
Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Very well done, almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Those keep the round going, those par putts. The 15th now, and a 503-yard par 4 here at Whistling Straits.
Well, it's certainly beautiful to look at, but tough to play. Bunkered once again left and right, but it's a hole that you have to hit a driver down here, just purely because of the length of the hole.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
The second shot now to the par 4. Down, little Sheba, down. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved, and also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
3 rounds in the books, outside the top 10 going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present final round coverage of the PGA Championship. We're here at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. Rich Lerner pleased as always to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action. Frank, I don't know if you remember those posters depicting fantasy golf. You had like a long par 4 up Kilimanjaro, a testy par 3 around the Matterhorn. How about a never-ending par 5 off the shores of Lake Michigan? Welcome to Whistling Straits.
Yeah, Pete and Alice Dye designed this golf course, and you could say it's diabolical when it's stretched out to 7,800 yards. That's if you feel like playing off the men's tees.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Early part of this second nine with good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Slim snack, though.
Oh, I thought he had that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Never a bad score on the card. That's par. We're now at the 11th hole, and this is a huge par 5. 645 yards, Frank, that's a biggie.
And plus, this hole bends to the right, which sort of makes you think that you can hit it down the right side. But if you miss down the right, there's just a multitude of bunkers that'll swallow up that ball, and you're nearly guaranteed to make at least 6.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Now the second shot to the par 5. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Continuing his fine play. Another beautiful approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
Frank, the short par 3 12th, what are you looking to do?
Well, you'd think it's a snack. Green straight in front of you, points a little bit to the right, but just getting it and keeping it on the green, it takes some doing.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Finally in for a double bogey. 13th hole now, and by the looks of this one, Frank, if you were right off the tee, things could go horribly wrong.
Massive drop-offs and bunkers to the right. Doubtfully you'd ever get a good lie if you missed this fairway on the right. So, flip side, keep the ball down the left.
This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Right out of the center of the bat. Did you hear that? He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
You wouldn't call that a mishit, but it wasn't his best. That one just sort of drifted right and a long ways from the flagstick. Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. That was not a very good read right there. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
So with 5 holes left to play here at the PGA Championship, we arrive at this dogleg left, par 4.
Well, it's called Widow's Watch, but really it's a thinking man's hole. A long iron, maybe even a fairway wood just down the right side. That should set up a relatively simple short iron. What a great shot.
Pretty good tee shot, Frank, down that right portion. Size up this approach now.
Another green that's slightly raised and protected really in all 360 degrees around this green. So even though it's a short iron, it has to be well struck to make that ball land softly.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Getting set now over the putt. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Ready to go here at the 15th tee, and by the looks of it, Frank, we should have brought the swimsuits and some sunscreen.
It's very picturesque, that's for sure, but don't get fooled by its beauty. This is an absolute beast at 503 yards and sets up a very, very tough finish to Whistling Straits.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
The second shot now to the par 4. That's a good shot right there, about 15 feet away, and a good look at birdie. Sizable putt from 16 feet. A little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, you keep things steady. Frank, as you know, the finishing holes at a major championship can make even the world's #1 player buckle under the pressure. How do you avoid that?
Well, with a good drive to start here, there's a series of bunkers that start about 300 yards down the right side. You'd like to start your tee shot on those and maybe work it back towards the fairway to get a little bit more run and make this hole reachable.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
Headed for the bunker? Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. And getting ready for the putt. And with that birdie, moving into the top 20 on the leaderboard. The 17th now at Whistling Straits, and if you have a club that travels 250 yards on a good line, bust it out now.
That's what you're going to need, and you're going to need to hit that smack bang out of the middle of the club and leave nothing behind.
appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And that's a bogey. Frank, quite a finishing hole, and that's as it should be. This is, after all, a major championship.
Well, you can see why Bubba Watson, Martin Keimer, Dustin Johnson have played well here. This finishing hole requires the long hitter's best tee shot, preferably just a little down the right side, because that's the safer side to be.
Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one, no easier than the one he's just hit.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Frank, that was quite a test at Whistling Straits.
Well, 7,800 yards is one of the longest courses you can play. But this golf course extracts every single ounce of game out of you.
Frank, it certainly was a challenge. For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, we say so long for now from Whistling Straits. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Point to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. It's one of the longest ones you'll play. And of course the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there, that's the 10th and the 13th hole, they share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you've got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Could it be?
Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Now at the second hole here at Lighthouse, it's a par 3, 234 yards. Difficult hole, Frank, especially when the wind picks up.
It is, and you can see with that bunker on the right side, that's obviously the bailout area, because the problem side is to the left of this green. That's where the cliff starts to run all the way down to the ocean. This is a very difficult par 3, not just because of its length, but because it's exposed to all of Maine's elements. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with a rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
Second shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. -1 in the early going. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. One under for the round. Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Point, par 5, 566 yards.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. And from the fairway for his second shot here. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is just so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just like that, now at 2 under. Fourth hole is 411 yards, par 4. And Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and take a few pictures. The views are absolutely stunning.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, there's a real art to putting a good score on the board, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why stroke play is so tough, Rich. You're trying to minimize everything on a golf course, turn a 6 into a 5 or a 4 into a 3. It's like even off the edge of a green, trying to get up and down in 2 rather than 3. And you've got to do it for 18 straight holes, straight holes. If it's a 72-hole tournament, then you've got to do it for 4 straight days. And that's why that's always been the best predictor of our best players, the ones that can go 4 days and make the least number of mistakes.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
These putts keep the round together. he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers. You sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That's a bit offline in the rough. And setting up here in the rough. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. And getting ready for the putt. Now 2 to the good side. Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He needs this for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Three under on the day. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really, that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Frank couldn't ask for...
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank. Super. Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now, this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really, you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Second shot, good look at the green. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, a bit unusual. A third par 3 now on this front side. We're at the 8th. It's 165 yards, Frank.
And this par 3 looks nothing like the previous two. Heads towards the edge of the cliff there. Long green, almost a figure 8 or an hourglass shape. Bunkers left and right. Going to have to be straight here. Well, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, what's ahead after missing the par 3 here?
Well, a tricky little shot coming up, but really this is a difficult par 3. So if you can get this up and down, it still won't be a lost cause.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Second shot.
Rolling, rolling, rolling the rock Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
So a tester from 4 feet. In for par, and we'll sit tight at 4 under. Now to the par 5 9th. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee, and you might find out this is a more difficult 3-shotter than what you were anticipating.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope you can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the moment, swing looks tremendous. And just keep the round ticking over, one hole at a time. I know it sounds like a cliche, but right now, he's exactly where he wants to be.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, 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 rough.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. He'll need to be strong with this. Locked in on the read and the speed. Now 8 under on the day. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. He has this attempt for par. Four under on the day. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Tom Weisskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of Martin.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Set up in the fairway, 200 yards from here. Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player. Safely on deck.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. The second shot now to the par 4. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him. How did that not go in?
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Just a little tap in here. No problem at all. Good putt, and stays at 4 under par. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that. Really, I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And setting up here in the rough. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
Go ahead and do that. What a putt. Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Second shot from 160.
Oh, this is way offline.
He knew it right from the start. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea. No, this is never going to go right. Just depends how far left.
Out of the rough and just a bit offline. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Just 5 feet left. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. Now at 5 under for the round. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards par. EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. We are at one of the most famous venues in all of golf. It is the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. You know it well, the famous Island 17th. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, and it has really grown in stature through the years, hasn't it, Frank?
It has. I think people have got to know the venue, the various holes, and actually on that subject, 17, which you've already just referenced. Remember, this is the one hole on this golf course that was designed by not needed one.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Frank, the approach shot here at the par 4 first. What's the right way to attack?
The much easier flag is down that right side because you can run that ball with the slope to that low side. Tough flag on the left.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. How about this second, a par 5?
If you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Now his third, staring right at the green. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, now the third shot here at the par 5.
Yeah, be very aware on what level that flag is. If it's on the back right, you must fly it all the way up there. The easiest one is that left side. You can use the mound or go straight at the flag.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. This one just requires a little bit of focus. So 2 under early on. This would give him the par. Nothing wrong with that par putt. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
Yeah, you really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So into red figures at 1 under. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Frank, how would you describe the bunker all along the right here at number 4?
Well, it looks like it never stops. It covers really the entire length of that tee shot down the right side. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Good contact, good result. You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final 2 holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig Perks, you could make birdies.
Yeah, it really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes. But it wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of the finishing 3 holes.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This for par. Good, solid par right there. So they'll tap in. Yeah, here we go. Starting to roll now. 4 under with that birdie. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
If you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Good chance at one. Just a well-played approach shot right there. Only about 10 feet away and a good look at birdie here. Frank, as players get set for the second shot here at the 5th, what are they thinking?
You have to be precise with the second shot. You missed it long and left. Very, very difficult chip there. And, of course, short and right. In amongst those moguls in the bunker, it's tough to get it up and down. Oh, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not enough on that one.
It just seemed to baby it.
He'll need to be strong with this. Settles in over the putt. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 under 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
But this one has a chance to be really good. In the fairway, down there about 290. Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, approach shot here at 6. Good chance to make birdie?
There is. You can almost cut this green into thirds. There's that front third, the left third, and of course the back third.
Now at -2 for the day. He's putting for birdie now. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side, just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that. It's actually a pretty good line. It's fine.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a U.S. Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But, with equipment and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out. And they just plain got better at it. They realize that, stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
This won't hurt him. Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pot bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Takes it to 3 under for the day. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s of TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No, no chance.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I'd say a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close. It's no snack, though. Oh, good roll, good putt.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Has his par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air. That easy. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right. So that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Second shot, good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Will make birdie if this drops.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all. It's great. Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Frank, from this point, it is all about precision.
Yeah, that right side, you're looking at that big gaping bunker. And that green's not very deep from that angle.
Now a chance for a birdie. Man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Starting to really play well. -5. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
A good old length, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet left for birdie.
That's a heck of a poke right there. 310 yards and in the fairway. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realized how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realize the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
It's that sneaky distance. Oh, another one goes in.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds. You can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
Ooh, nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Can't birdie them all, Rich.
And getting ready for the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard record because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6 in a heartbeat. You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mounds. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish.
In the fairway, down there about 290. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. That would be a great look at birdie. Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left.
Appears to be tracking well. 6 under par now. Shouldn't be a problem here. Down it. That's a birdie. If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees. Big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green. Oh, that's fine.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Oh, I liked that.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich. There's mounding. There's that little gut out of the right side of the screen. You missed your mark here. That ball can easily
Hey Fab,
finish 30 or 40
yeah,
feet away.
I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, this is my dad's favourite game. It's like we used to play this. Well, we've gone back to playing it all the time now. So it's just it's a brilliant game, isn't it, Dad?
Absolutely.
Fab was just saying like how relaxing they are. You can lose them. That was
just averted.
He said it, not really. I did in the past.
Why does he have all of that?
Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at the second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie.
There is a new one. There's another golf game out now called PGA Golf Club 2 PGA Tour, but it's actually not as good as this. I've tried it, and you know me, I'm like you, mate, I like to keep up to date with the latest releases and stuff, but I was going to get it for my dad, and I tried it, and I was like, no, it's not as good as this. We got the other golf club last year, and it was a total disappointment. Everybody's golf is fantastic, we love that, and I just missed that bastard shot. Everybody's golf is fantastic, and also everybody's golf is coming out in VR. In a couple of months, which would be interesting to play golf in VR. Oh, you!
Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem. Cleaning up here for par.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Infamy.
Infamy. They've all got it in for me. That's Kenneth Williams.
Good effort.
Infamy. They've all got it in for me.
Good round going at 6 under.
He said he used to play the golf on the Wii. Remember we played the golf on the Wii? We used the motion control.
That's possible, isn't it?
Well, that's what everybody's golf is going to be on virtual reality. You'll have the motion controls, the PlayStation Move controllers, and you'll be actually swinging in virtual reality, which I can't wait for.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee.
Oh shit.
Get over.
As long as you don't go in the bunker, you're okay. Yeah, you didn't go in the bunker, that's alright.
We
Doesn't
moved
matter.
that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
I would extend that shot highly. You go up more with the wedge.
285.
Nice. So that's a good recovery. It's a par 5 anyway.
Thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. See, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
That's the second shot, look at that. There's my third shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player's absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just
Yeah,
looks
golf
like
for the
fun.
Wii was great.
Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
It should be pretty good right there.
Oh,
On the safe side.
Jesus!
The fucking hole.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him
Hit and
a
a
good
pull
look.
back. Boom.
Close shot, he said.
Who's that?
Now his third, staring right at the green.
Terrible.
These putts keep the round together. Good putt. Yes, this is for a birdie.
That's on a hell of a bend.
Just
Shot.
an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You can follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you
Oh,
can
this
park
is a great
yourself
one.
in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind
This is the one you got the hole-in-one on, Dad.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you're stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie.
Your videos have been brilliant recently, Fab. The Far Cry stuff. I've bookmarked them all to watch, all in one go. Good shot, Dad. Well done. You alright?
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration.
I got to
and
about
focus at this
15,
point.
16. Oh,
Eight
shit.
is not enough. That is 8 under
No, I
par
was just going to say, I
at
thought that...
Just 5 feet left. Great shot. Get the birdie. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water in the
I haven't seen the ending yet. I
you
haven't
see all the rough and the
watched that
trees
yet, but I will.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
on
then you start
part
bringing
3.
5, 6, 7, even 8 into the That's what makes this tee
I love
shot
the
so
trailer
hard.
you did for Far Cry. I have to show my dad. The trailers that Fab does for all his videos. That's the guy I was showing you who does those really intricate trailers. His editing is like something you'd see in a movie trailer. Unbelievable.
They had to fly through
Remember I showed you the one he did for Spider-Man?
close to 310.
It was like, wow, it was like watching a movie trailer.
It's great to be able to have that
Ability.
knowledge and ability
Yeah.
to do that, yeah. You're very good as well, Dave. You do.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
I used to do a lot of editing actually. I did a, if you look on earlier on my channel, I did a documentary, and I did a re-edit of the beginning of Superman Returns, the movie. I re-edited some of the scenes and put in the deleted Return to Krypton scene and then the credits, and then I put in a new scene. So, but I'd love to do trailer editing like you do. That's something I haven't tried. But the thing I'm into at the moment is doing thumbnails for videos. Well, so are you. You like do your thumbnails as well. But like for this one tonight, I'll do a thumbnail of my dad and I swinging, you know, because we got the golf swings photos, which I already have.
This is right at it.
Go on, go on! What a good shot! Well done.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Well, Frank, you want to finish it off in style. The approach here to the final hole.
You'd take anything that lands in the middle of this green. Mind you, Hal Sutton, be the right club, hard to forget that. Even Adam Scott, remember his first big championship win all those years ago. 3-iron from the middle of the fairway, wet, still managed to make 5, which was enough to win. But such a decent second shot.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh, I thought he had that.
Fuck.
Man,
Just
You gotta be kidding me.
that hurts.
That hurts.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count.
Good shot, Dad.
That is 9 under for the day.
Fab just said that's very good. See, there was only 6.
He'll take par.
Yeah, Fab just said, I really think you should do a weekly or monthly movie reviews. He's saying to me,
Frank, that was an
your
impressive
Superman one was
roundabout
great.
today.
He goes, I'm thinking of redoing the whole Assassin's Creed series, Resident Evils and Mass Effect. My dad and I love Assassin's Creed, so if you were going to do the Assassin's Creed series, we'd love that, wouldn't we? Because my dad and I, our favourite game by a million miles in the Assassin's Creed series was Black Flag. My dad loved that, the one in the pirate ship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, such a good game. I think that's the best Assassin's Creed game, and they're all good.
I'm going to go to bed.
Do you want to go to bed, do you?
Alright.
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute, mate. I'm just going to go off mic a sec, and I'll be back in a minute, okay? Hey buddy, I will be back in a sec. I just need to go and do a couple of things. Yo, Joker, what's up, mate? Oh, it's good to see you back, buddy. I will be back. Just 2 seconds. I'm going to start streaming probably Tekken in a few minutes. So yeah. You can join me on that if you want. Just 2 seconds. Cool. I'll be back in a minute, guys. And thank you for your lovely compliments, Fab. Because, you know, I think the same as you. And my dad said thank you very much. Hey guys, thank you for waiting for me. Soul Calibur's amazing, Fab. Soul Calibur is fantastic. I didn't download the beta, but I had a quick go on it. On my friend's PS4, it is incredible. I literally had a super quick go on it. I don't want to ruin it for myself. I want it to be a total surprise, but the bit I've tried, it's fantastic. Namco for me they're leading the way now with fighters. They really are. You know, along with Tekken, and they've just pioneered it now. I really think they've taken the field now from Capcom, and I love all my fighters. I love Street Fighter. I love all my retro fighters and stuff. But Tekken they've really done something. Tekken, Namco, they've done something very special. Talking of which, guys, I'm going to start on my stream in a minute, so if you want to join me on there, you're welcome to. Obviously, I understand if you can't, don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm going to go over to that stream now. But listen, thank you for waiting there while I went upstairs. I just got to do a bit of nursing for my mom and help out my dad as well. It's his little release when he plays this game. I enjoy playing it with him anyway, so awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you there.